If Mbuyiseni Ndlozi was to come to the EFF tomorrow, I will put a red carpet for him. Because, yes, he's one of the few who conducted himself in a very different manner. Because I know for a fact that once they leave the EFF, they start behaving like they are potential patients of mental hospital.
So the doors open for Mbuyiseni, Floyd?
No. Mbuyiseni never took a T-shirt of another political party. So the constitution of the EFF is clear. Once you leave the EFF and put on a T-shirt of another political party, you cannot come back because the EFF is not holding in where you do check in, check out.
All right.
But Mbuyiseni didn't check out and go into another political party. He said, I'm taking a break, let me make a reflections and decide on my way forward without being emotional. Of course, he has been engaging in the discourse, but he has never degenerated.
Let's run.
Should Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi consider rejoining the economic freedom fighters? We got to know Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi through the economic freedom fighters. Of course, I'm aware that as a teenager, he once appeared on national television after being awarded, it's an award of some sort. But the fact of the matter is that most people got to know about that clip once Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi was already in the EFF. So the EFF's platform, it is the one that gave Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi the prominence and the stage to be known nationwide. And we know how he then eventually left the EFF. The fallout that followed the departures of the then deputy president of the EFF, Floyd Shibambu. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi was then suspended without the processes, was then suspended by the EFF without any due processes on the suspicion and the accusation that Ndlozi knew about Floyd Shibambu's intentions to leave the EFF, but he chose not to disclose to Julius Malema and the national leaders of the EFF. And of course, Ndlozi has spoken about the matter and has provided his reasons, as he said that he felt it was not his place, it was not his baby to nurse, as he believed, of course, that Floyd Shibambu, of course, when he leaves, he'll then reveal that he's leaving. So he didn't want to engage in that type of gossip. That's how Ndlozi was then suspended from the EFF and of course was insulted. There was a barrage of insults that were thrown at Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi's path. And you know that in the media, mainstream media and social media, there were talks that he will be following Floyd Shibambu to the Umkhonto weSizwe Party. Because remember, Floyd Shibambu, when he left the EFF, he joined Umkhonto weSizwe Party. We know that subsequently to that, the likes of Advocate Dalimpofu Senior Counsel, who is a former national chairperson of the EFF, also left the EFF to join Umkhonto weSizwe Party. So Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, because he was associated to be friends of Floyd Shibambu, then it was rumored that he will be joining the Umkhonto weSizwe Party. That's why the EFF then decided to isolate him. He was left out in the cold. That's despite him not having done anything. Because if you had to ask them to say, but what informed this suspicion that Dr. Ndlozi would be joining Umkhonto weSizwe Party? They cannot point anything. That is why they suspended him without even following the due process, because they knew very well that if this matter was to be taken to a due process, then he was likely going to defeat them, because they didn't have any concrete reasons to suspect him and even go as far as suspending him. We know then and then the EFF's backing dogs were sent on Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. He was insulted. He was humiliated. A lot of things were said about him. He was discredited. Okay? And even the leader of the EFF himself, Julius Malema, went out in public addressing one of the EFF's rallies, said that some people are popular in the social media, that will include your Facebook and Twitter. And of course, we know that was referring to Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. He said that such people, they are popular there, but not even once have they defended the organization. So he deemed their silence, in this case, the Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi's silence, as endorsing the attacks. Even, okay, let me even say that the so-called attacks, let's be honest, there were no attacks there. The fact that the Floyd Shivambu left the EFF to join Mkhonto party, Dalibov did the same, they at no the stage they attacked the EFF. But because Julius Malema is a paranoid fellow, paranoid is also called the main character syndrome. A main character syndrome is a person where, it's a situation where you've got a person who will always insert themselves and place themselves at the center of everything that is unfolding, even if it's got absolutely nothing to do with them. So because Julius Malema suffers from that main character syndrome, he then started manufacturing this thing that the EFF is under attack and all of that. But you and I will know there was no attacks on the EFF. And of course, the cultish followers caught on that, and then they started attacking Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. But the good thing is that Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, just like myself and others, sober-minded people, we have come to accept that those cult followers of the EFF for what they are. They will never engage or reason you on anything that's substantive. The only thing they know is propagating violence, insulting people and all of that. But in terms of substance and anything, they cannot offer anything. And I think also they themselves, they know their own limitations. Hence, they don't want to engage in any sober-minded political, ideological, and intellectual discourse because they know they are limited. They know about their own limitations. So, to make up for those political, ideological, and intellectual limitations, they then have to resort to violence and insults and all of that. So, I'm asking the question that with all of the dynamics that have happened, now Julius Malema saying that he'll lay a red carpet for Mbuyiseni Ndlozi to return to the EFF and all of that. Do you think Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi should return to the EFF? Because at least he has managed to build his profile outside of the EFF now and all of that. So I want to hear your views on the matter, guys. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Tebus Kosana. The name of the platform is IZWI LABANSUNDU, the voice for Africans. If you like this type of content, please guys support this platform by joining to becoming a member. Click on the join button there. After opening that join button, you'll then see different categories of membership. You'll then choose the one that is affordable to you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Kama Africa.